the week, us versus us, and trying to get better. We definitely did that. Now, saying that, I don't believe in moral victories. I don't want anybody to think this is the expectation that you come and you compete well with a great team and you feel good about it. But I do feel good about the improvements we made, and hopefully they carry over to conference play.
What kind of differences did the defense kind of work on this week? We saw a lot more aggression and just a lot more penetration.
Yeah, I think we're getting a better understanding of our personnel and what they're comfortable with. I wouldn't say we're going to be a blitz-happy team, but we're definitely a team that has to force the issue a little bit more defensively. I think you saw that tonight. Now, when you do that, there's some risk there. You know, this team missed 2 opportunities for wide open deep balls, so we got to get better there. Cut back lanes got us a couple times. Quick passing game on the perimeter got us a couple times. So, and again, you know, we weren't very good on third down. So it's something that it was better. And again, I'm encouraged by the better, but we still have a lot of work to do.
Had a couple of true freshmen make a lot of plays tonight for you. Those guys worked their way to the 2 deep before the season started. Just talk about their contributions, especially Amari Thomas, who just really had his best game out there tonight.
Yeah, you know, people want to ask a lot about how we've recruited, and we feel like we've recruited at a very high level to the point where we have true freshmen that are competing for playing time and now making plays on the biggest stage in college football. So we feel good about our young guys. It's not that we don't feel good about our old guys, but, you know, practice is highly competitive and it's very matter of fact. And if you make plays in practice, we believe you can make plays in the game. And our freshmen did that tonight. I think it'll help us with rotation too. Like, one of the things that has plagued us is not playing enough players so we keep them fresh. We played at very high speed offensively, which creates more time on the field for defense, so you have to rotate more players. So I think these defensive guys stepping up and playing at a high level will add for some depth and for some playmaking, and then offensively Amari and others are doing a good job working themselves into the lineup.
You talked about being excited about a SEC environment coming in here. How do you feel like the team handled that?
Yeah, I thought they handled that really well. I mean, we didn't have a lot of procedure penalties. The one that got us, the 3rd and 3 that went to 3rd and 8, was, I don't want to make an excuse. Part of that was the back judge on the ball. We didn't expect the back judge to be holding the ball, so we thought we played at a higher tempo. But I thought their minds were quiet. I don't think they, played. They played with a great deal of poise despite a very difficult environment to play in.
And what would you say just for, going down there in the second half, but also be able to come back and, tackle a couple more touchdowns there and just keep the fighting on and, not laying down and just allowing the game to end?
Yeah, honestly, what I'm probably most disappointed in is how we started the second half offensively. We put bad decision on a kickoff return, horrible series, put our defense, bad punt, put our defense in a terrible situation with a short field on the road when you just scored at the end of the first half. I mean, think of if we execute there, we scored at the end of the first half, we score with the first possession of the second half, at least that's some anxiety, right, we create. And to not do that's incredibly disappointing. And again, I am pleased that our team is coming together. I am pleased that we got better. I am extremely disappointed that we continue to make mistakes that beat ourselves. It's probably the most notes I've ever taken in a game on self-inflicted wounds. And until we fix that, playing hard and coming together doesn't really matter that much. You're not going to win a lot of games until you fix that.
And just how would you grade Jacobs outside of that one interception that was off a tip ball?
Yeah, thought he competed at a really high level. We had a very hard job tonight. Every quarterback that plays against that defense plays in a great deal of duress. I thought he, for the most part, had really quiet eyes, executed at a high level, took what the defense gave him, avoided negative plays. Last week we got a lot of negative plays. You study this defense, they create a lot of negative plays. And he did not have a lot of them. The interception, again, that was a great play by the linebacker. He's blitzing, he matches hands, which means when Jacobs' hand goes back, his go up, makes a heck of a play. And that's what this defense does, man. When they get their opportunities, I showed the team a clip of them finishing. They're finished as well as any team I've seen in college football. If they get an opportunity, they finish the play. And, the guy makes a really nice interception off a deflected ball.
You quarterback guy, Carson Beck. What did he do? Anything tonight to give you guys some trouble? Seems like I had him solved there for a second or two, and then.
Well, I talked to him after the game. I know Carson from the Elite 11. Very talented kid. Very, very talented kid. He's grown up. He's matured. I thought he played with a great deal of poise. The thing could have got ugly if those two deep balls are completed. He's got the physical traits to be very successful. I thought they did a really nice job utilizing him. One thing they did that was really, again, I bragged on their coaching all week long. I thought offensively they made some really nice adjustments. They kind of got into what I call the scalpel type of football, where they just kind of nick you a little bit and then eventually you bleed out, and that's what they did in the second quarter and third quarter. Like they took a couple shots, but really those were ball control plays, getting the ball in space to the best players, breaking tackles. It's hard to defend.
After a really short punt in the opener, Patrick Foley's really developed to a field position weapon where you guys just talk about being able to have a guy like that, especially going into conference play next week.
Yeah, I think he's like all of our players. He's trying to get better. I think his stats are pretty good tonight. I think he'd probably be disappointed in his hang time. He got a couple balls rolling on the ground that helped him. But he's a guy that's working extremely hard in practice. He was bombing him like 70 yards in the air in pregame. But like all of us, he's on a journey to get better, and I'm sure he'll approach this week that way.
I imagine you never want to see Brock Powers again.
He's a really good player. We knew he was a good player. There's no mystery there. I think they do a good job. I think they're finding their way too now. There's a new offense coordinator. It's you don't have preseason football, which is weird. So you use these first 4 games to kind of figure out who you are. And I think tonight they kind of figured out what their best stuff is. They're a run action team. They get the ball to Brock as many different ways as possible.
All right, Coach, thank you.
You got it.